Hello,
Hey.
I'm Ben,
And I'm Ben.
and we are
The
Hey
Neighbours.
Ben.
Neighbors, everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
Hi Ben.
Hi.
And what is going on here?
Yeah, I read Pet.
I am more than all right. I don't know about you, but I am floating on air still.
We're walking in the air, we're floating in the moonlit sky. The people far below are sleeping as we fly.
Can you believe it?
No, I absolutely can't. I'm still in utter shock.
Well, that's what shock does.
I feel like Toadie did when he opened the door, and there's Dead D stood there.
And I feel like when Madge Bishop wandered into the coffee shop and there was Harold Bishop.
Harold? Sorry?
I mean, to be fair, that was quite tame compared to things that happened in the latter years.
I can make it really pop if I contour your rack.
It was the twist no one saw coming.
I don't know how it happened.
We all thought that was it. We'd given Neighbours a send-off of the century.
You packed your bags and moved off to Canada?
It's really dramatic.
That's a bit dramatic.
I couldn't stay in the same country as Channel 5. I had to leave.
There's only one thing left for me to do. I've made up my mind. I'm leaving Ramsay Street.
I know you've got to come back now, Bab. You've got to come back.
I did have serious FOMO, waking up at 8 hours behind the UK and discovering like there had been this huge celebration that I had not been a part of.
Oh my goodness.
What is going on?
It was very strange, but
I was literally like this. Ben, answer your phone, answer your pissing phone, answer your phone, answer your phone, answer your phone. Ben, answer your phone. Oh my God, Ben, oh my God, Ben.
he's not.
Where were you?
You could have turned your phone on and called me.
I was asleep. I was asleep dreaming of a world where Neighbours still existed. Little did I know, it did exist.
But with all that in mind, what do you think? What do you want? What do you think? What do you want? What do you think? What do you want?
Can you please just calm down?
I want it all.
You are a greedy pig, what are you?
Like, do we want, because we had, let's be honest, the finale was perfect. It rounded everything off to a T. We had some beautiful moments with Jane and Mike and Karl and Susan and Toadie and Melanie, and it was perfect. So to think
Even Wendy got a happy ending.
I didn't watch that version of the finale.
So see,
A little decorum wouldn't go astray.
you would have watched it if PC Rodwell was in it.
Oh, I don't know what you mean.
Why not?
We know that Karl, Susan, Toadie and Paul are definitely coming back, but that's all we know.
Nell will be back if Toadie's back. I mean,
well, she could have been packed off to the school of high achievers. In the years she's been off screen, she's discovered to be a classical recorder player, and they've shipped her off.
she'll be coming back and playing the theme tune next. Bye, Bonnie. Here's Nell Becky.
She's actually getting worse. Now she sounds like a car alarm.
We want Melanie back, obviously.
Thank you.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Come on. You can't give Toadie another failed marriage.
Great Scott!
I know.
I mean, she was the best one in that marriage, to be fair, in the first place, wasn't she?
I think this deserves a really big group hug.
C, she's fabulous. D, we love her. E, I mean, I could go on all day. I could recite the alphabet of Melanie.
Oh, God.
I can recite an A to Z of One Way Street.
Sit comfortably, everyone.
I have to run.
But yeah, I think that's non-negotiable for us. I mean, if we were to hear that Melanie wasn't coming back, would we still watch?
No.
No.
We'd be very angry.
Yeah, we'd be spitting feathers.
I'm going to speak to the local council about this.
I mean, but we would watch and we would continue the fight. I mean, we've won bigger battles before, Bab. We won bigger battles.
Nothing will stand in the way of the process.
So Melanie has to happen. What about Paul and Therese? No
Yeah.
word on Therese coming back.
Rebecca Elmalogaloo, she has got pride of place. You know, those shoulder pads need dusting off. And she needs to strut her little ass down Ramsay Street, giving it what for.
So yeah, definitely. Because we know that the actress has left Melbourne and moved up north.
People move, Ben. People move back. Look at all the returnees that pop back for the finale. We should take a leaf out of their book and come back from Canada.
It's true. Yeah. Well, we're getting Neighbours in Canada as well on Amazon Prime. So I can start the fandom over here.
You traitor!
Anyway, you know what? Who I want back? The one thing I feel really robbed of, and I got a little taste of it, and I was so there for it. But it was Roxy Willis, pregnant with a massive bum.
How big you are! I know, everyone keeps saying that to me. It's breaking me out.
I want the opening scene of Neighbours to be Roxy there in the ute giving birth to her like third child. It's twins. You know, she's like pushing and hankering down. She's giving Ellie a run for her money on the old screaming, wailing, banshee, Labour-esque.
It's time to push. Yeah?
Yeah.
Come on, like just in the middle of Ramsay Street, in the ute, the next generation of the Ramsay Canning Willises birthing out for a new generation.
Welcome the hero of the hour, Roxy Willis.
Willis. Willis.
Now, Ramsay can take punishment. You let him pour it on Shane.
Cannings are made of tough stuff.
Back with a birth.
I mean, yeah. And even, you know, she could just lift up her tights and go, whoops, forgot to take these off, you know, as a little like homage to old Beverly Robinson Marshall the first.
Well, even Beverly could come back as well, just to perform the birth. Not perform the birth, but, you know.
Bring it on. She could just happening to be posting a Christmas card to old Clive.
So like a nod to the past, but a wink to the future.
Welcome back.
And I tell you, another Ramsay, because obviously we need some Ramsays on Ramsay Street.
Don't say it. Don't. No.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, try me.
No, there's plenty of people I want resurrecting from the dead. Definitely not.
And I can make you love me.
I think, how cool would it be to have the son of Bronwyn and Henry?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a proper, like Aussie larrikin, bit of fun, always in and out of trouble. And that could pave the way for Auntie Shaz to come back.
Hi, Mel. It's me, Shazza.
Yes. So, and I think that gave kind of the hardcore, you know, old Neighbours fans a taste of what could have been if Neighbours had continued. And now we know that it's continuing. Bring her back.
All right, deal. Deal.
Bring
want
Shazza back.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a few other ideas floating around about a Shazza return. She could come with her own family, troublesome teenagers.
I'm dead. That's it.
She wouldn't need to then, would she? If she's got Drongo Ramsay.
Call me Saint Sharon.
Or she could turn up being a troublesome housemate for Toadie and Mel.
Carrying Aunt Edie's ashes with her everywhere she goes.
Yes. That's another way of bringing back Aunt Edie.
He told Aunt Edie about our plans. He reckons she's not impressed. She's coming down to sort things out. Auntie Edie? Yeah.
But also from the finale as well perspective, how cool would it be if it turns out that Beth Brennan and Flick Scully had fallen in love and had now returned back to Erin's prayers, like, you know?
We don't need another Chelly.
I don't think their names would go together, would they? For Flick.
Bolly.
Flem. Sounds like Flem.
Flem.
Can you imagine that?
No, maybe not. Maybe I'd love to see. Clearly, Natalie and Bruder is up for it. Maybe we could have a bit of a Beth Brennan storyline.
I mean, especially if it turned out that she was like linked to the new Brennans, well, long lost cousin of Aaron and Chloe.
Yeah, it's never been kind of acknowledged that they've got the same surname. So yeah, that's something that could be explored.
And I don't think Ned's ever had a bit, has he, with anyone in the Brennan family? Him and Chloe have never had a tete-a-tete, have they?
No, it's always been platonic.
Ned Warren.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a bit with Aaron, didn't he? Or was that just in my dream?
Bit of both, I'd say. There was a moment, but it was fabricated. But we can dream, and clearly you do.
Sorry. I'm back in the room.
This is the big problem with the finale, because obviously we would love Jane back on Ramsay Street. But what of Mike?
You made an offer.
Well, the same price that Shane was going to pay. And I thought maybe I could talk to Susan and see if maybe there's some work going at the school.
Obviously, Guy Pearce is not going to come back to Ramsay Street full time. So what of Jane? Is she going to be no longer on Ramsay Street, or will they break up Mike and Jane?
Unexpected.
I mean, maybe Jane could become like a Rosemary Daniels style character, and that would also mean that if we can keep Nicolette then.
Thank you.
It would give Nicolette. Well, I mean, Nicolette's got 50 anchors to the street. That girl, hasn't she? Jesus Christ! Not trying to do some evil wrongdoings with Chloe.
This is the necklace that Piers gave me.
Why would it be here?
She's upping it away with Kiri.
Really wanna zig
If Kiri's there, who knows? I mean, she's a Robinson. She's got a rightful place to be there as well, hasn't she? Because she's daughter of Glenn. So
yeah,
she's along the part of the long line of Robinson. So, and then obviously Nicolette has the baby with Aaron and David. So there's a home for Nicolette, and I love that. I do love Nicolette. So that could be a nice way to keep Jane kind of popping in and out.
There's no reason why you couldn't make the move too.
Yeah. So keep her with Mike, but off street. Coming back, Rosemary style, making lots of guest appearances.
I mean, that would suit me down to the ground, because I think it would be a real shame to break up her and Mike, because it was such a beautiful ending.
Amazing.
And I think actually they stole the show, really. Everyone was anticipating this big, massive Scott and Charlene, which was lovely. Don't get me wrong. I had absolute all the feels for that. But Guy Pearce, what he did in giving so much to the role of Mike and falling in love with Jane again, and Annie Jones delivered.
Yeah.
And then some.
Do you remember what I told you afterwards? You look beautiful with or without the glasses. You still do, Jane.
For me, that was such a beautiful story that I think it'd be such a shame to break that up.
Yeah, yeah. And they kind of did that before with her and Des, didn't they? They got them married off in the 35th anniversary, and then like a year later, split them up. Mike is clearly Jane's true love.
Speaking of people who had changed quite a bit since the 80s and actually changed from the 2022s in the last 3 weeks of the show, was Bad Clive. What was all that about in the finale?
Oh. Jane and the ex-lover are touring Ramsay Street.
Oh yeah, he wasn't an escort. He was having there was all sorts of stuff going on. Was he having an affair behind Jane's back? No, but he was having like an emotional affair.
And then he started like dicking about with a hose pipe in the middle of Ramsay Street. Was it a hose pipe? Him and Mike?
There was some sort of hard rubbish kind of going on in the street, wasn't there? And it was a lamp.
Okay, listen, put it down.
Come
because
in,
your
you
motorbike. Somebody gets Come on.
Yeah, but it was implied that he was going off to LA to reunite with Sheila, wasn't it? So
happy days, happy days.
Oh, don't stop. We can't go again, can we?
Don't tempt me.
With the new start next year, obviously it's a chance for a complete refresh of the street. Is there a house on the street you could happily see kind of completely overhauled and a brand new family introduced?
Yes. 26, the Rodwells.
Oh, the old Rodwells kind of fell foul of the end of Neighbours, didn't they? Because they were just introduced, just moved onto the street, and then they never really got going. And we did love Wendy. Wendy with a woohoo!
Yoo-hoo, coffee order.
It'll be sad if they didn't get the chance to come back and kind of have the journey that was intended for them. But at the same time, it would be great to see a real full kind of nuclear family on Ramsay Street. You know, grandparents, parents, kids, cousins.
Got it. And veg?
Maybe just some cucumbers and that'll do us.
Excellent.
That's my
Really
issue. That's
refreshing.
my issue with the Rodwells. Is that there are three in arguably one of the biggest houses on the street. So it doesn't really give for much storytelling. It's the curse of the trio. Think the Capuas.
Yeah, yeah.
Think the Williams family.
No, but you're right. The smaller little families that get introduced never really take off, do they? They fizzle out and disappear within a year or two.
You need someone like the Scullys, like the Timmons, like the Starks. Like you need a big, with loads of kids, loads of bustle, loads of secrets, loads of, noise. That's what I want. I want a proper Aussie family in that house.
Yeah, with loads of pets too.
I'm not interested.
Amazon's budget doesn't go that far.
That's another good point, because you were talking on the radio about the budget.
Heaps of money.
Could Amazon mean a bigger stories? And you made a funny comment about, we want the heart of Neighbours to still be there. We don't want Susan Kennedy effing and jeffing, waving a gun around.
There's nothing but a whore. Oh, fuck you!
Like, from a budget perspective, I don't want it to go all like drama, drama, drama.
Slow and steady wins the race.
The early bird catches the worm.
It's better to blow longer than burn your mouth.
The tortoise only ever moves when it sticks its neck out.
Okay, I think we're getting a little sidetracked here.
But they could build a few new sets, you know. And I always said all along, build Ramsay Street on the backlot. That way, it would just open up so much opportunity if they were to rebuild in the same way that EastEnders and Coronation Street have done over here. That to me would, it would be phenomenal.
Maybe just stick to what's on the shopping list. I'm on a bit of a budget.
Because one of the things I felt often Lassiter's appears to have almost taken over sometimes. And the show is Neighbours. It's about a group of people living next door to each other. So Ramsay Street needs to be at the heart of the show.
Who knows? It could be we could be back to the Susan Bauer shoestring date.
Ew.
We don't mention that woman.
The kids tell me she has a lovely personality, so rack off and leave me be.
Yeah, all right.
Obviously, Neighbours, when it comes back, it will have been away for about a year. I get the feeling the first few episodes are going to be massive. There's going to be something in that first episode that's going to be this mind-blowing twist.
Oh, yes!
I kind of see, I don't know, a shock death. I don't know, a big kind of set piece, an explosion, a car crash, or something that's going to get people talking, or someone coming back from the dead.
Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, no.
But what are the unanswered questions then? What do we still need to know?
I just have so many questions.
Well, there's one. Who is the father of Amy's child?
It's just the rumour mill churning.
No.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Oh, no, that's not entirely true.
Do you really think so?
It had nothing to do with me.
I'm out. Really?
Is it Joel?
Is it Lance?
Or is it Ben Fenlon Bones? Well,
yes.
We could have a little offspring.
Oh, crack the bubbly.
A little mini us.
Not really something I want to contemplate right now.
Yeah, no, I know.
I love that. So off screen, you know, she decided to give Ben Fenlon Bone a second chance. One thing led to another.
There is a sea of immorality threatening to engulf us all. My job in life is to help turn the tide.
That's the twist we want for the first episode.
Could the pair of you please put a sock in it?
And obviously, we have the potential to bring back other characters. The Kennedys, it looks like the Kennedys' house will be pretty empty because Hendrix had died.
R.I.P.
I think we can imagine Levi moving on. He's not going to want to be living, a 20-something living with an old married couple.
What's next?
They're going to have a pretty empty nest, so...
Well, Malcolm's divorced, so he could be back there.
I'll take that.
Yeah, maybe Libby could come back.
Oh, yes.
Maybe, was she seeing anyone in China, or was she single and ready to mingle?
If you start to panic, just think of something else. Can't we just fast forward to the kiss at the end?
Because maybe that could be quite interesting. Karl and Susan having to deal with all their kind of older children coming back, divorced, single, reverting back to their teenage years, living in their old childhood home. That could be a fun kind of thing. They imagined they had an empty nest, but oh no, they've all come back. Billy, maybe we get Jesse Spencer back.
Oh, they'll be deviled, won't they? They thought they had like years of just blue box action with nobody running around interrupting their like afternoon delight.
Both hands.
Okay, yeah. How's this then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Knock, knock. Oh, here we go. They'll all be coming back. Zeke, Katya.
Gotcha. Rachel, Nate,
Ellie,
Sunny,
B.
all of them except Toadie. Toadie is still in a very loving, successful marriage with Melanie next door.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Then I met you. And what started with Tiger Print ended up being the happiest, most loving relationship of my entire life.
So tell us who you want. We're opening it up to you.
Yeah, what do you want to see happen when Neighbours comes back? We've got a few months to speculate, so let's just get chatting.
Just have to be patient.
The future of the Ramsay Street residence book is blank. And, you know, it's all dry now after Wendy dropped it in the esky.
Come on. Sadie.
And the future is ready to be written again. Neighbours is back.
We're coming back!
And we'll be back again soon. Don't forget to like, give us a subscribe.
How'd you do that?
I'm not a gazillion years old.
And follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yoo-hoo!